G'day everyone, welcome back to Nat's Knackers Yard on a bank holiday Monday. It's quite late, it's a gorgeous day. It's quite late for me to be filming. It's, well, 4:15 on my backwards clock that confuses everybody except me. Just had a lovely day out with the missus, kids and dog in the sun, lovely. Well, I'm sweating my ass off and I've probably burnt my head. Back on the bike, so I wanged on a load of JB yesterday. Let it cure overnight, and I've given it a very quick go this morning, but before we went out, but not a lot. But it's starting to take shape. I'm not completely sold on the flat arse yet, but it looks different, and that's kind of what I'm after. And if nothing else, it gives me a nice solid platform if I want to build anything sticking out the back, which is kind of the point, was to give me a surface at the back that I can do anything I want with, or just leave it as it is, as a nice flat surface. So yeah, more to do on that, but frankly it's an evening task throughout the week after work, just to hack away at that and tinker away at that, and it's just to smarten up those edges, get them quite flush. That's one I've not tried yet. Smarten them up, get them quite flush, and then chuck a load of filler on it just to finish it off. I have been busy, so you can tell I've been busy because I've got a working seat lock. Look, how cool is that? Did that this morning at 6 o'clock on my kitchen table. I tried the other one, but it is a Fazer 1000, so the lock set was different. Tried changing over the barrels between the two and it didn't work. It's one of these ones that I kind of, part of me wishes I'd filmed, but it doesn't go with what I want to do. What I effectively did was obviously stripped all this out. There's a couple of bolts on the back of the locking mechanism. Took the locking mechanism out. It is just a barrel with a load of horizontal, like sort of staple tops, I suppose. And when you put your key in, the key that fits, it raises them and it lowers them. Now they all need to be flush for it to turn. So what I did out of desperation, because I had no other way of doing it, push the key in, obviously out this and just the loose barrel, push the key in and just dremeled them off. One snag didn't work, I just took it out. So, you know, it's not a perfect lock. It won't turn with a screwdriver, it won't turn with any other key, but it works with this one now. So that's the original lock. These are my new keys, and I've made it work, which frankly I'm quite impressed with. Part of me says I should have videoed it, but I don't want to create a video library of how to bypass locks and keys for obvious reasons. It's not my bag. Took a damn sight lot of bending because they bent the absolute shite out of this to get into it. So it's bending up stuff, getting it nice and straight. The cable's the original one, it just needed a little bit of fettling and a lot of oiling through. By now I have a working seat lock, which is handy, which now means that I can move to the side fields because I know where that is, I know it's going to work, I know it's going to stick out, etc. I might have a go at those today. I probably won't, because what I do want to do is work out how to fit this hugger, and I'm going to need to make a bracket of some variety to kick out from the pivot. I'm having a bad word day thingy today, so it's going to be round that, across and holding. So that's what I'm going to try and do anyway, and we'll see how that works. But first things first, it's fine on this side. The holes are actually in the right place, which is interesting. I just want to whip this out, pin it into the right position with the stave for the rear brake, and then see how we work. Right, let's take you through my slightly deranged thought process. I should probably have you on a stand and you can watch me do this, but it's too hot, I'm working without a shirt, and I'm not in the bounds of creating porn here. I wouldn't want to get Charlie too excited. I see him with my shirt off. So that's a strip of aluminium I've just cut off. Now my intention is, if I do something like that, to give it the extra strength, I can bend it under. I'm going to have to bend it in then up anyway. So if I go for a hole somewhere around there, I've whipped the nut off. I'll show you for why, because I do have these drill piece sets here. This is really quite soft stuff, good enough for this. It's, you know, it's not going to give way or anything, but it's soft enough to drill. Yeah, it's my fantastic workstation, my bins. So I just wanted to check I've got something that will get me close, which I do, which is fine. So I'm just going to mark out where I want to do that, and I want to try and get that bend underneath. And I want an ice cream. Yeah, so I want it kind of like that, to bend underneath, just so that's just going to look, you know, toss halfway across like that. So if I can get it to bend underneath and slice away the other stuff. So I'm going to mark off where I want it and get drilling. Right, there we go, that's through and on loosely. I just want to get it so it goes through the middle of that bolt at the right height, in about the right position, which is again entirely by eye, because that's the way that works. It's not far off that. So what I'm going to do now is mark off the line that I want to score to try and bend it. See how I get on. Admission here, I realised I was getting a bit carried away. I broke my golden rule. I didn't try making one out of cardboard first, so I've just bodged that together just to make sure that the plan works as much as anything else. And it does, and it's given me the angles that I need. So I'm going to mark them off and then try bending off what I've got in a similar way. So let's give that a go, see if that works. Right, I have no idea if that's enough, but I've taken the marks off that and I've scored this because it's quite soft aluminium. So sharp blade, plenty of pressure. What I'm going to do now is just stick it in a vise and see if I can bend it across those lines. So I've scored on the outside, so that's going to bend away from you. That's going to bend away from you. One on the inside, it's going to bend the other way. I don't have a lot of faith in this, so I'm going to give it a little bit more of a score and then try and bend it. And there we go, a bit of heat, a bit of brute force, a bit of ignorance, a bit of bendage, and a bit of trimming and rubbing as well. Let's get it on. Whew. A little bit of a pisser, it's not quite on proper, but a little bit of a pisser was that I had to cut that short to get it in my vise. And I've also made that bend a little bit too short, so it is going to be on the outside rather than the inside, because it pulls it too much out of line, I think. It says. Let me put you down a sec. In fact, let me just do a bit of a cursory tighten just to get it where it should be. Nope. That's not spinning, that's okay. Right, so that's roughly where it's going to be. So if I have it behind it, which is what I wanted to do, I just get a bit close to that. Actually, if I bend it a bit more, I might get away with that if I bend it. Sorry. Yeah, so if I'm on the outside on its current bend, it's out of line with the chain, but if I just bend it back a bit more, yeah, there we go, bit of bendage, it's fine. It's no longer long enough to meet that first hole, but there's loads of bits I need to tidy up on this, so I'm really not bothered. Yeah, I can get it like that, which is, I think, as good as I'm going to go. Let's just drill all through, see what happens. And we're on and secure, and it works, which is nice. Just got to work out how to do the front one now, because obviously it's going to wave around till I've secured to the end. I've got an idea. And there we go. The zip tie solution. It was going to happen eventually. It's a rat bike. I am at some point going to go for a bracket onto a bolt that's just behind. Where are you looking? There's your lens. There you go. There's a bolt just down there. I am going to do that, just not now. It's getting a bit late and it's dinner time soon. That'll do. Hoggers on, secure. Secure as it's ever going to get. Happy with that. Yeah, which leaves me pissing around with that flat back plate throughout the week, probably. But yeah, throughout the week, and at some point in the week, the carb pieces are going to rock up, and the jets, specifically the jets, which I am really quite excited about. Now, at least one person has said, I think your throttle position sensor is too far back. Now, the way that you test it on this is you take the TPS off, turn the engine on, or you turn the power on. Right, now what you're watching for is the tacho, and what it should be doing, if your TPS is set correctly, is pushing up to 5,000. Ta-da! So yeah, I'm pretty much bang on. And what you do to adjust it if it isn't is you undo the 2 bolts there and move it backwards or forwards or clockwise, anti-clockwise, but you know, it's bang on, it's fine. So yeah, in the week it's going to be what's it going to be? Yeah, pissing around with that back section just to try and make it look a little bit neater, and then just and hopefully next weekend is going to be the carbs and getting making noise again, and that jetting issue that was the key one, jetting and float heights. So that's going to be the next video. I'm going to chuck the back on as well, not now, but I'll chuck the back on and I'll have a bit of a play with that throughout the week, which I won't film. I'll just show you the pseudo end results. Right, cool. Thanks very much all. Have a wonderful week. For those that are on half term, have fun. Regrettably, I'm not. My kids are. But yeah, enjoy, and hopefully this sunshine lasts a few more days, because it is glorious. And purely the only reason why I'm not showing you any footage of me doing bikes, because you know, topless motorcyclist is fine. Just not when you're a middle-aged bloke. Cheers all, I'll catch you later. Ta-da.